My name is Roland Krause. I'm a staff lawyer from Berlin, Germany, and I work at TMF, which is a think tank, a Berlin-based think tank that helps medical researchers and biomedical researchers in the field to support their research, support in the field of technology, computer, and also methodological and legal support. So I personally deal with data protection. I deal with legal questions of contracts in these projects. And particularly now that we've done that in Germany quite some time, we've now moved into European projects where we're facing even larger legal challenges. If people in research can find out what other people might have or what their current diseases are, that's a very critical issue. And not only since Facebook and Google aggregating data have people become aware of that. It's a pretty new phenomenon. So in the last, I'd say, 3 to 4 years, awareness about data protection and privacy has just gone totally up. So in the medical field, we want to protect people. And why we do that now on a European level is twofold. First, help the patients to get better research, and on the second, help the researcher to deal with his research and not to deal with the authorities. So we try to give them a framework where they can say, hey, it's safe if we adhere to these principles, then it's safe, and the authorities will say, okay, your project is ready to go. We're taking an approach based on the fact that in Europe you have 27 different legislations, and even say in England and Wales you have different data protection schemes, and in Germany, to make it really complicated, you have 17 different laws. Now, they're not that different, but still some of them allow you to do certain things, others don't, and particularly in the field of data protection you have to comply, because otherwise you'll get huge sanctions. If in a research project you're fined, you don't only talk about the monetary aspect, but the things you lose faith of people supporting your research. So that's why we want to have a pan-European data protection framework where you say to people, okay, what we're doing with highly sensitive data is safe. So it's about trust. We have one thing. What's going to come up, or what has come up now in January 2012, is the EU Data Protection Regulation. Now, a regulation simply means that it's going to be unified all throughout Europe. Not will you see any country having its own laws based on the directive of 1995, but it's going to be all the same. And the good thing is, you don't have to deal if you have cross-border data transfer. You just want to have your data set come from the UK to France or to Italy. You have a huge problem these days if there's any personal data involved. Now, once this comes into effect, you can predict what the law of the other country will be because it's simply the same. So that helps us in this project, and these two projects run until 2015, and we're adapting our standards to the new laws. We currently have to deal with a scattered array throughout Europe, but we'll pretty much adapt that to the new framework. Yeah, well, it's EHR4CO, which stand electronic health records for clinical research. It's about reusing data that's already there. If you go into a hospital, they have to set up all your data, take all the blood samples, all the tests, and if you later, as a researcher, run a query on that, you can find out things. You can find out like how people react to certain drugs and stuff, and you don't have to do these tests again because it's already there. So it saves you time and money, and of course you don't need the people to go into clinical studies again because you have the data. And the second project is Biomed Bridges. It has a larger focus. I'd say the most important word is the bridging aspect. It's bridging large research infrastructures throughout Europe. So you have varied people from, say, microbiology, even to people dealing with mice. You have a mice model, taxonomy of mice, and like you also have people dealing with humans. You have the genome project in there, so it's a wide array. And there you're transferring data all across Europe, and we're trying to help those people.